Okay, it's 7 o'clock. Thank you everyone for attending. Please sign in if you haven't. Turn off any cell phones. And we please stand for pledge. Judy?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The next regular meeting will be on June 9th at 7 p.m. June audit of the claims meeting will be June 1st at 5:30 p.m. And there will be a second audit of the claims meeting on June 15th at 5:30 p.m. Executive session may occur this evening if deemed necessary. Don, we got some correspondence here.
We have a letter of thanks from the Town of Webb Historical Association for the town's $12,000 contribution in support of the organization. That's it.
First thing on the agenda here, a resolution scheduling a public hearing on local law number blank of 2026, enacting a 12-month moratorium on the siting, construction, and installation of battery energy storage systems in the town of Webb. Whereas the town board finds that it does not have local laws or regulations necessary to protect safety and health related to the siting, construction, and installation of battery energy storage systems, and whereas the emerging technology of such systems has preceded study and enactment of local laws and rules to ensure that such systems are located, constructed, and operated in a manner that is not injurious to public health and safety. And whereas proposed local law number blank of 2026, enacting a 12-month moratorium on the siting, construction, and installation of battery energy storage systems in the town of Webb has been prepared, which would allow the town board time within which to receive a report of the attendant risks and the ways to mitigate such risks and prepare an appropriate legislative response. And whereas under the New York State town law, no local law may be passed until a public hearing has been held. Now therefore be it resolved that the Webb Town Board shall meet and hold a public hearing at the Town Visitor Information Center, 3140 State Route 28, Old Forge at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, June 9th, 2026 to consider proposed local law number blank 2026. Enacting such a moratorium and to hear all interested persons, and at that time may take any other actions authorized by law concerning the proposed local law, and be it further resolved that the town board authorizes and directs the Webb town clerk to publish and post a notice of public hearing concerning the proposed local law in the manner provided by law. Would anyone like to make a motion on that?
I'll make the motion.
Ben, second?
I'll second it.
Judy, discussion. Pretty hot topic around the park right now. And I did some research of my own, so have some other board members. We reached out to our lawyer. I've talked to the APA, and the biggest thing that I want to put as we do schedule a public hearing for this for next month is there are the application that was in is of seven years ago. It's a pre-application. It never made it to the application status. It was never approved, and there are currently no pending or applications in the town of Webb at this time. And if you guys have anything you want to add to that.
I just think that this gives us time to do some research and prepare and look into this further. So.
Right. And thank Viola Martin for bringing it up to us and our attention.
Yeah, there's a few advocates out there that are really on top of this, and it's important to protecting the Adirondack Park. And we're just doing our part here, I think. So.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
It's a roll call vote.
Councilwoman Lonergan,
Aye.
Councilman Hannah,
Aye.
Councilman Ross,
Aye.
Supervisor Greco,
All right.
4 ayes.
Okay. Next, you got a resolution accepting donations for the benefit of the Town of Webb Conklin Family Dog Park. Whereas the Town of Webb operates and maintains a dog park for the benefit and enjoyment of residents and visitors, both two-legged and four-legged. And whereas the town expends money for maintenance of the dog park, replenishment of consumable supplies, and overall operational expenses. And whereas the town board of the Town of Webb finds that outside individuals and entities have offered financial assistance for such continued activities, including donations collected by Living 80K, for the purpose of operation and maintenance of the dog park, including physical alterations or construction if available in the view of the town board. Now therefore be resolved that upon the adoption of this resolution, the town supervisor is authorized to accept donations for the continued operation and maintenance of the dog park, including alterations and construction if advisable, such funds to be restricted for such purposes, and that the town supervisor may execute any such further documents to implement the intent of this resolution. Would like to make a motion on that?
I'll make the motion.
Judy? Second?
I'll second it.
Mike, discussion?
Thank you for the donations.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks everybody that helped with that, and now we bring it over to the town for maintenance, so hopefully it doesn't cost our taxpayers anything more to maintain it, so, job well done.
Roll call vote?
Councilwoman Lonergan,
Aye.
Councilman Hannah,
Aye.
Councilman Ross,
Aye.
Supervisor Greco.
Aye.
Four ayes.
Okay. This is my first bid opening. Alright. So you go. Okay. Bid opening for Macaulay Mountain Bike Trails Phase 4. The board advertised to accept bids to design and build mountain bike trails Phase 4 at Macaulay Mountain. All bids were due to the town clerk on or before April 22nd, 2026 at 3 p.m. Will the clerk read the notice to bidders?
Notice is hereby given that the town of Webb, Herkimer County, New York, is soliciting sealed proposals from qualified firms for the provision of design-build professional services, including design, field layout, and construction for the Macaulay Mountain Bike Trail Phase 4 project located in Old Forge, New York. This procurement is funded in part by state and federal grant funding and is subject to all applicable requirements. Full specifications, proposal requirements, evaluation criteria, and all required forms are available at the town of Webb.
That's it? Are there any bids?
There is one.
There's one.
I have one bid from Blue Line Trail Design. And looks like it's got it in here. Estimated design estimate, 65 cents per linear foot. Construction estimate, $10 per linear foot. Total lump sum design and build is $84,348. A 1-year warranty on all trail built. The warranty goes into effect after the trail's been paid for and accepted by the client.
References and all that jazz. You guys want to take a look at the details of the per foot? It's on the third page.
Yes, sir. I'll look at the same time, Ben.
I saw the 84,000, so.
What's left on grant?
Yeah, what's left on the
85?
grant? What's left on the grant, that was my
Pretty
question,
much
sir.
there.
What
Yeah.
is it? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Yeah, 85. I think that we've contributed the 20% of the 250, I think.
Yeah, it's already been.
So we would hope to be matched for this total amount.
Yeah, so no more out of pocket.
Yep.
We did figure that all out.
We did.
So,
This will complete the trails for,
And then we're done?
yeah,
Okay.
this is that grant project that's been ongoing for a few years now.
warranty.
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 That's the only bid we have, and that,
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I think that the company's got the experience and has been doing it on the park.
All right. The trails have been great.
The trails are beautiful,
This will
that's
kind
for
of
sure.
put the package together.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. I guess I'll take a ride up
For
there
your
and check
age.
them out. And you can still walk
Gotta
'em.
warm up.
Could walk
check
them, that's
them out.
right, walk would be better for me.
I took a ride with Chuck Schweitzer.
You guys were
in the
just up there
4x4.
cleaning them up,
Yeah, Ben, weren't you
weeks ago,
just
right?
Yeah.
tidying them up?
Yeah, April
Design.
April
estimate.
25th. On my birthday.
nice.
It was a good day.
Okay, that's what I wanted to see. All right,
So,
give that back to Bob.
I guess that would be, would anyone like to make a motion to accept the bid from Blue Line Trail Design
I'll make the motion.
with a bid of, I guess we'll go, let's go the per foot down in there, right?
It's broken twice, isn't it? 65 cents per linear
Yeah, it
square
was
foot.
Design and then
65 cents per linear foot. And then, construction was $10 per linear foot for 1.5 miles. Total lump sum design and build is 84,348. So motion to accept the bid from Blue Line Trail Design with a bid of, we'll just put the total in there. Yeah. 84,348.
oh yeah, I guess I should probably make the motion
If
again.
anybody would, yeah, there you go. Ben,
Yeah.
second.
I'll second it.
Mike, I think we just had our discussion, right?
Yep.
Okay, we'll call a vote for that.
Councilwoman Lonergan,
Aye.
Councilman Hannah,
Aye.
Councilman Ross,
Aye.
Supervisor Greco.
Aye.
All right.
You know, here I go with one more question. When is it, when they start?
I think as soon as they find out, no, there's
Good question though, Mark.
Is it
to satisfy the grant, we've got some time.
I'm assuming that that's for this year.
Well, that was listed in
Assumption.
our proposal, so our RFP had that in
Okay.
there, so whoever, that would, you know, if it's not stated in here, it should already be understood. Yeah, I know that was a proposed schedule. Work would begin with trail design flagging in late April, early May. Construction will last for plus or minus 2 months. Prior design work, scope of work will be complete by November 30th, 2026.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Thank you.
So, but they do say they're not responsible for delays due to uncontrollable circumstances, including but not limited to natural disasters and extreme weather.
We never had
Very
extreme
common.
weather.
They're in a mountain, you know?
Well, hopefully it's not as rainy as it was last year.
Yeah.
When people were up there building on them.
All right.
Don's gonna have that. Okay. Good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Question.
Good.
Better late than never on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had that. That was specific in the advertisement.
Mike, we're used to that now, so.
Department of Public Works appointment. On recommendation of our DPW Superintendent Scott Gaffney to appoint Colin Buds as full-time Assistant DPW effective May 11, 2026 with 6-month probation period. Would anyone like to make a motion on that?
I will.
Go ahead, Judy.
Okay, Judy will.
Second,
I'll second it.
Mike,
Uh-oh.
board discussion?
Had a little conversation with Scott today. He's very confident that Colin can hold up to the job, and he wants to give him a good shot at it, so.
Should we put the effective date today?
Yep, and I was in on that conversation, so
He started, it was
I agree.
Yeah, same. I think it's well deserved. I think it's been a trial and error period for him to see if he was, capable of the promotion and all that. And Scott's behind it. Some employees have been vocal about it. So, congrats to Colin. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's good. Done. Okay. Just so you know, the names are, it's all right. We're all,
I got it.
You got it.
Okay. Roll call vote.
Councilwoman Lonergan,
Aye.
Councilman Hannah,
Aye.
Councilman Ross,
Aye.
Supervisor Greco.
Aye.
Got it.
Hey, Dave.
Oh, that's a good one.
Hi, Dave.
Okay, next zoning board appointment to appoint Kyle Schweinsberg to the Town of Webb zoning board for a term expiring on 12/31/2027. Kyle will be filling out the term of David Jabs. David Jabs will continue. Is it Jabs or Jobs?
Jabs.
Jabs?
Jabs.
Okay. David Jabs will continue as an alternate member. Would anyone like to make a motion?
I'll make the motion.
And second, Mike?
Yep.
Or discussion on that?
Nope. Thank you, Kyle.
It's great, thanks, Kyle.
And then just take a step back. Okay, roll call vote.
Councilwoman Lonergan,
Aye.
Councilman Hannah,
Aye.
Councilman Ross,
Aye.
Supervisor Greco.
Aye.
Four.
Okay. Appointment of Assistant Building Inspector to appoint Benjamin Pipkins as a full-time Assistant Building Inspector effective June 1st, 2026, with a 6-month probation period. Anyone like to make a motion to appoint Benjamin?
I'll make a motion.
Judy. Second.
I'll second it.
Ben, board discussion.
No, welcome on.
Yeah, welcome aboard, I think it's good.
It's Steve Baker's retired now, right?
Yep, retired.
So Brian Dornberg moved up. This is filling Brian Dornberg's spot.
Right.
Okay, roll call vote.
Councilwoman Lonergan,
Aye.
Councilman Hannah,
Aye.
Councilman Ross,
Aye.
Supervisor
Did it
Greco.
again.
Aye.
Again.
Okay. Town of Webb Police Department surplus, motion to declare a Westinghouse 7500, 9500 generator as surplus. The department does not use it and the money will go on the police equipment line. Would anyone like to make a motion?
I will.
Right?
Yep.
Second.
I'll second it.
Ben, board discussion.
Nope, it's not using it.
No, not using
Isn't
it.
it?
Let's go. Yeah.
Okay. Roll call vote.
Councilwoman Lonergan,
Aye.
Councilman Hannah,
Aye.
Councilman Ross,
Aye.
Supervisor Greco.
Aye. George C. Hildebrandt Recreation Center License Agreement. A motion to adopt the Recreation Center License Agreement as presented. Would anyone like to make a motion?
I will.
Judy, second.
I'll second it.
Mike, board discussion on that.
We've been talking on it and working on it, and Hannah's really done, kudos to her, a great job, you know, comparing comps to other towns similar to ours, and really put a lot of time and effort into this to come up with, I feel, a really equitable flat rate for everybody going forward, so I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've made some nice changes. I feel we've made some nice changes that can help out.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it was a lot of work. Thanks, Hannah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Hannah.
Okay, roll call vote.
Councilwoman Lonergan,
Aye.
Councilman Hannah,
Aye.
Councilman Ross,
Aye.
Supervisor Greco.
Aye. Okay, next, resolution authorizing publication of request for proposals to operate food and drink concessions at Macaulay Mountain. Whereas the town wishes to ensure that customers of Macaulay Mountain have access to a wide selection of reasonably priced food and drink while enjoying the mountain and recreation facility, finds that such access would benefit the town by increasing the use of the mountain. And whereas the town board wishes to ensure that any expenditure of taxpayer funds be made in the most efficient and beneficial way possible, and subject to a competitive pricing process. Whereas the town board seeks proposals to operate a food and drink concession at Macaulay Mountain. Now therefore be it resolved that upon the adoption of this resolution, the town clerk is authorized to publish an appropriate request for proposals for the operation of a food and drink concession at Macaulay Mountain by publishing same on the town website in the Adirondack Express and in any other paper or online publication reasonably calculated to prompt proposals for the operation. The town supervisor and town clerk are authorized to take any other steps necessary to carry out the intent of this resolution. Anyone like to make a motion on that?
I'll make the motion.
Ben?
Yeah.
Second?
I'll second it.
Judy? Board discussion?
No, I think this is a good way to go about this for next year.
Right. Yeah, and this is to start for next year. This is not affecting our winter. So our concessionaire we have now is staying on for the winter. So this is something, but we have to go forward because we're looking to start something for spring. So if we don't start looking now, we'll lose that opportunity going forward. So.
Well said.
Don't want to wait till the last minute.
Recap.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
You got anything else on that, Mike?
Nope, you heard my comments before on it, and I'm glad that we came to this solution.
Yeah. It was a lot of work.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. A lot of moving
I was getting
pieces.
concerned because winter was coming.
A lot of moving pieces. So it's good.
It's
Yeah,
coming.
so that publication too, we should, clear up a little bit about that. You can put in,
Proposal.
put in a request for proposal. And then, sit down and look at them all and figure out how to work out a lease moving forward and work off of something for probably the 2027.
Plus what we want too, or what we're thinking.
Well, we
wanna-
have, we have a draft lease
Right.
Yeah.
that we're, and how the proposals come in, and yeah.
There's a lot of moving parts up there.
They're doing a fantastic job. The mountain it's just moving. So we gotta move with it, so that's all. Yep.
Roll call vote.
Councilman Lonigan?
Aye.
Councilman Hannah?
Aye.
Councilman Ross?
Aye.
Supervisor Greco?
Aye.
All ayes.
Fairwise Community Initiative, establish the town of Webb in coordination with Keep Our Wildlife Wild and New York State agencies to work toward recognition as a bear-wise community through public education, wildlife awareness, and community engagement initiatives focused on responsible human and bear interactions. So we're just putting that out there. We don't need to vote on it or anything. Just
Yeah, because New York State, I sat in with the DEC the other day. They still haven't finalized their end, and the question was, when will they? And the DE said it's the state, so we're just waiting for them, and hopefully this works out that we're a pilot program. See, my chair's coming off in my hand. A pilot program for the state, for the Bearwise community. But that being said, what Kurt and Zemena have put in place, they're going forward with their own nonprofit that is helping us with the bears right now. So, yep,
thanks, Judy.
you're welcome.
Good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, next, establish Citizen Housing Committee. Establish a citizen-led housing committee in alignment with the town of Webb's current pro-housing designation. While not required by New York State, a housing committee often serves as the engine that identifies housing opportunities and helps guide long-term community sustainability initiatives. The committee would serve as an advisory capacity to the town board with potential areas of focus, including gathering, reviewing local housing data in coordination with the codes department, reviewing current zoning and local laws to identify potential barriers to meeting residential housing needs, including workforce and senior housing, meeting with housing and planning professionals to provide recommendations to the town board, hosting informational and public engagement sessions to educate residents and property owners on housing-related initiatives appropriate for the town of Webb and its future needs. Citizen Housing Committee appointments. Motion to appoint the following community members based upon the order of letters of interest were received by the Town of Webb Citizen Housing Committee. Barbara Green, Heather Tim Keene, Don Simons, Trey Skinner, Mary Brophy Moore, and the town board members serving on it were Judy and myself. Anybody have anything they'd like to add or any questions on that while that's out there? As we
Gotta make a motion.
Yeah, make one.
Well, kind of I have to have a board vote for it, but yeah, we can, whenever we like to make a motion. It's kind of one of those committee things.
I'll make a motion.
Let's do it. Go ahead. Mike, second.
I'll second it.
Judy,
Okay.
board discussion.
It's interesting to me, being up here for the first time, when you open up something like this that was opened before, community members find you and they ask you questions. And because this was a new committee being started, and Tommy and I talked about this, so in April, it was brought up, I was asked to be on it. I'm happy to be on this and happy to be a part of it. But town concern, and I was not on the board before, so just some of the questions were, are we going down the same road that we've already been down? Number one. A couple of communities said, what is this gonna cost the town to do it? What were some of the other things? Is this the same thing? What price point are you looking for to achieve? Like, is there an income that has to be made here to achieve this type of, whatever this type of housing might be? These are questions I didn't ask. I just listened because I don't have the answers. And I think that's maybe what this committee's gonna do, right? What is the goal and mission? I think that was just now laid out in front of us, what the goal and mission is. And then the other thing is the town as a whole, including Beaver River, Big Moose, Thindara, Eagle Bay, Old Forge, all of us represented by this committee. Or should we have should we make sure that there's at least one person from each area on this type of committee? Those are questions from the community, so that's what I'm bringing up. So, yeah.
I agree with those.
So
But what do
the
you
question
agree
is,
with?
Well, as far as representation
Okay.
of the committee, I mean, all we see is Old Forge and Thandera, and that doesn't represent the town of Webb as a whole.
correct.
You know, we got Eagle Bay, Big Moose,
So
Stillwater.
once you make a
Beaver.
committee like this, I wonder if somebody, once they know about it, somebody from Big Moose or Eagle Bay came along and said, hey, I would like to be on that. They can actually be appointed on it, can't they? After this is
I
happening?
mean, we spoke about this for the last couple of meetings, was brought up, and the window for letters of interest came in, and we just took the first 5 people that put in letters of interest.
I mean, what was it actually like put out there on Facebook, in the paper?
No, I just spoke to it at meetings.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe there is no interest. I'm just saying, can it be added?
I mean, it's an advisory committee with that people are going to meet just as any citizens would. There's no decisions being made. There's no money being spent. There's nothing but people just working towards their community from a volunteer standpoint. Then it happens to include 2 board members, but we're just as the same as the other 5 sitting on it. And then that'll allow us to fulfill this pro housing certification that we have over at the codes office. And this also is the first step in working with, the Adirondack Park in general, as the entire park is battling the same issues we are. We are not alone on these issues. And what you're coming to find out is these housing committees are, they get the conversation going from literally, I think our first meeting that is it already scheduled? Barb Green is going to be chairing this. It's going to be an introduction for one another, and then we will then listen to anybody else who has any input and bring it to the table, and it can develop,
I think it's an
and grow.
issue to different degrees, of course, depending on demographics across our country. This isn't just us. So I was talking to an assessor, I told Tommy this too, the town of Salina, who was at a schooling I was at this past week, and he said the town of Salina has just over 13,000 of properties, residential properties in their town. Their highest number for sale this year was 21 properties, and they all end up going to bid, and they go for double, triple of what they're worth. So that's just, I think it's everywhere. So it's a huge problem across our country.
And at the APA planning forum I was just at, I made some connections there with the executive director and Barbara Rice, and there was a lot of presentations there. And then what you see is the towns that are continuing to decline, ones that are on top of the things like pro housing committee, and then even further working with consultants to provide master plan reviews, to present basically the studies and to show the town like basically the situation that we're in. And they're also providing plans that fit towns like us in the Adirondack Park. So this is literally just the beginning of, the conversation coming back, that 3 years ago I was on the board for that, over 3 years ago, and it was a proposition that I was in favor of listening to. Looking back at it now, I'm not so sure I was for that type of housing solution. But there are a lot of programs out there right now in some towns that we're very familiar with that are ahead of the game, and these types of solutions that they have already implemented are working. One interesting thing in here that I learned town of Webb, as we struggle with hamlet designation around here, we have 0.47% in the town of Webb is a hamlet designation. And without that hamlet designation, you're talking pretty large lot sizes for us. And a lot of that 0.47% of our hamlet in this town is taken up already by maybe second homeowners and short-term rentals. So this group can work towards working with the APA, finding spots that may be potential to move from low intensity, moderate intensity into that hamlet designation, which may allow for some townhomes and you know, smaller lots to help with the whole thing. So we can get young families here as the state continues to address this by moving up the median income. They got a new program they just released. Another thing I was at, put on by the Adirondack Community Foundation, where 120 to 200% AMI, you now qualify for help with housing, which is, you know, your middle class young families. So again, this is just a discussion board basically, and anybody wants to let us know they try it out, they don't have enough time, or they want to step off of it. I mean, we've had housing committees in the past.
Right.
So.
Well, because
Sums it up.
of the, as each year goes on or time goes on, other communities have learned stuff, which helps
Right, correct.
get more information, so.
Ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
You're saying the APA is willing to revise or expand Hamlet designate? Have they ever done that before? I thought that was like an act of time.
That was a major part of this whole, they had a presentation.
That's a good thing if they're actually willing to do that,
Yeah,
because as we know.
there are,
Hamlet-
But I don't think you said that they are,
It
they're
is.
working towards that,
If
right?
you could
Or are,
find, yes, a
Yeah.
moderate intensity property that could be.
they are absolutely
Hamlet,
amending,
it's so much.
they are amending
Oh,
as we speak, yeah.
well, that's interesting.
Yep.
Never knew that.
Major part of the conversation that was out there for it. And they actually, one of their presentations was how you get that amendment. And this whole thing was put on by the APA, this planning forum for 2 days up in Saranac Lake. So a lot of our, some town employees visited or went up for it, stayed the night.
Doesn't take a constitutional amendment anymore. They can do it, because everything, that you ever. They were always.
Yep. And I think Jay was trying to get it right, but he might have got caught up, but he couldn't answer more of those questions. But. So I think they're realizing that there are some towns turning into ghost towns. They had a presentation on Lake Luzerne, and what Lake Luzerne did was they brought in Warren County to kind of work towards rebuilding Lake Luzerne, because their businesses and restaurants are no longer. So they're going down this road and working with the APA on Hamlet designation in a lot of their areas.
interesting. All right.
Anybody else? Roll call vote on that?
Councilman Longagen,
Aye.
Councilman Hannah,
Nay.
Councilman Ross,
Aye.
Supervisor Greco.
Aye. Okay.
I think that was the last thing.
Now we're gonna go with the town clerk first tonight.
Okay.
Okay.
Really?
Okay, the first thing I've got is the water billing. I gave you guys each a service
Oh,
agreement.
yeah.
So hopefully the water billing will be able to start taking credit cards. So it's-
Yeah, I read that.
Yes, I saw that.
Yep.
Yep, I think that's, yeah.
I just, Tom's gotta sign the contract and we'll be ready to go. Hopefully, we might be ready to go by the September billing or the latest, the January building, so. Billing.
And we talked about it at the Monday meeting too, so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Brad Pearson sent a letter. They want to use the town docks on the pond for their outreach education event on July 25th. It doesn't interfere with the boat show. The boat show is July 10th through the 12th, so they just want to use the docks.
I looked through that all, he has all the licensing and the people who will be teaching are certified to teach?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that's what he
Yeah,
said.
all right.
So I just have to get a nod from the board that he can do that. Yeah.
Come on now.
But we aren't blocking it off or anything for them, are we? Just
No, they're just,
hopefully they're
we didn't
open.
ask for that. I can check.
Yeah, check this. Doesn't he usually?
Want us to block it off?
Well.
For the
it could be
boat,
being used or
oh, he
something, you
does,
know?
well, we should reach out to him. I have his contact, I'll reach out to him.
I know,
and
Brad.
find out. Okay.
There it is.
The
Good
other thing
question,
is-
Mike.
We'd like to move the car charging station from Macaulay to the police station parking lot, because The Wi-Fi up at Macaulay is not working, so those car chargers aren't doing any good up there, so.
Knock it up.
We talked to the chief and he said that there would be room in the police
In the
parking
police
lot for
parking lot.
that.
That parking lot always seems to be somewhat empty, so.
Yeah,
And they're behind a log gate for most of the time.
yeah.
I know it was ridiculous to put it there anyways,
Right,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree
my
with moving
opinion,
it.
but.
Yeah. And then, the white metal weekends are the first 3 weekends in June, the 6th, 13th, and 20th. That's all I got.
You mentioned white metal, should we?
Yeah, go
Sure.
do it.
Big Moose White Metal Day. It's third Saturday in July. We're gonna have it. We're gonna have it this year. So we'll be up there collecting some white metals. People have been asking about it, so I talked with Scott, and we're all good. He's aware of it, so I'm gonna go up there myself,
Oh,
hang out for the day.
throw some washers and dryers in.
You have anything else, Don?
Nope, that's it.
Before Judy goes, and I just want to real quick shout out to Don here, stepping as a town clerk. You know, we've got a new assistant to the supervisor. That is a really, really difficult job over there. In charge of a lot. Jenny, who's in that position. Don's kind of bouncing back and forth, which is another testament to Nancy. Nancy's been helping out Don a lot, and I just want to thank you for all that you've been working on, and it's been a lot of help helping us out. I really appreciate it.
Transition's never easy. We talked about that today. I mean,
Right.
it's not. We're getting there though. Yep, we're getting there. So it's good.
Then it is. Yeah, go ahead, Judy.
My turn?
Yep.
All right. Put my glasses back on, which means I have to read and look down, sorry. Parks and Rec, Hannah continues to update leases using comparable quotes. She's put a lot of time and effort into these. I think maybe there's one more she's gonna divulge into, so we're going there. She's just trying her hardest to make Parks and Rec leases equitable and consistent going forward so that we don't have such an open-ended on all of that. It was a big undertaking, Hannah, so thank you. You're sitting out there. This one that I'm going to comment on relates to the school, the town of Webb School, and to our Parks and Rec. There was a WADIS grant that came in for shed, scoreboard, and pitching mounds. The shed will be delivered May 14th, right, Hannah? 21st, okay, 21st. We have a place behind the pavilion where it's going, so that will be set up. The pitching mounds should be shipped within the next day or two. If shipping goes well, hopefully we have them by the end of next week. So that's all good news. The scoreboard, however, is still in transit. That might be a few more weeks down the road. So I just wanted to update everybody on that so we know where we stand. Again, this goes to Parks and Rec because Hannah worked on this. The 250 birthday celebration of our country, we talked about it at Monday's meeting. It's coming together nicely. There's still some missing little pieces here. We're working and collaborating with the Central Adirondack Association on some stuff. They have a board meeting tomorrow, so I can't talk on anything to do with that. But what we are looking at is decorations around town. Again, our waterfront celebration, band, fireworks, and acknowledgement to some special folks here in our own town. Hopscotch for Freedom on the Toby Path will happen for the kids and family. This has been really fun work between Parks and Rec, and if you can believe, the DPW and the Central Adirondack Association, so kind of a fun little group to be a part of. Town of Webb Schools, moving into them. Graduation's June 18th. That's exciting for a lot of people in our community, so we wish them well and hope everything goes great for them and their families. Update on the construction project over there. Most everything now is happening within the school, so we no longer will see what's going on, but it has to do with windows and things like that. They are finishing the construction on the sidewalks, so those are getting cleaned up and done. And as you drive by the school, you can see a lot of cleanup has already happened. It's looking really pretty. So that's where we go there. Macaulay Mountain, real quick, they finished up their busy season, a very busy season for them. Now they're projecting and working on summer and fall with the scenic chairlift, frisbee golf, and mountain biking. Working hard up there, doing their stuff. Great team. They really work together. They are so devoted to this community and what happens at that mountain that it's unbelievable. Sharp programs going strong. Kristen had a little bit of some health things going on, and shout out to Mary. She's not here, but for stepping in and helping Kristen through some of that. That was extremely nice of her. And a couple of our actual seniors helped too, so that was great. So if anyone, Kristen said, you know, if anybody wants to join, stop by, join, be a part of it. More people are coming back into the community from being away for the winter. Just what they do down there is really fun and enjoyable, so be a part of that if you can. That's all I got.
I'm gonna touch on some stuff that I was gonna bring up.
Okay, sorry, I go first. Well, okay. So they are doing, it is kind of fun. They're going to the Wild Center in Cazenovia, the SHARP program. You have to be a SHARP member. So if you want to go on this, and it happens the first June 4th.
June 4th.
We can look it up. But there's going to be a bus leaving. You're going to go to Cazenovia and go to the Wild Center, which is really cool. I'm going. I believe Tommy's going if he frees up his schedule. Dawn might go. She can, you know, so a bunch of us are going to support them, but there's a bunch signed up and it just looks like a really fun field trip
Wild Animal Park.
out of the town of Webb. It's really cool. And they are wild animals. They're very fun to be with, so it's all good.
Kristen
Yeah.
Freimeyer's doing all the work for that. She's excited.
Yeah.
I think the whole group is, really.
They are very excited.
I'm kind of fired up. We'll let him go.
All right.
Recreation manager, see you looking over there.
Alrighty, I'd like to thank
you,
You're welcome.
Very
Thanks.
good. I'd like to thank AFTA for, and all the volunteers for cleaning up the mountain bike trails April 25th. There were a lot of people up there and it was good to see. Last week, Judy and I went to class in Albany and we both made a mistake and ended up there a day early and ended up going to lobby day at the Capitol.
We weren't the only ones. There was a couple other people that showed up early too, so we didn't feel so embarrassed. But
Yeah,
we decided to work, so we went. It was good.
But it was fun, you know, going with them and with NIAT and learning, you know, experiencing lobby day. Because there was a lot of things that they were pushing, you know, as far as legislation requests that benefit, you know, small towns like the town of
Well,
Webb.
that's what they're for. Yeah.
You know, one of them, you know, extending the piggyback program and, you know, increasing the competitive bidding thresholds because they haven't been increased since, what was it,
12 or 17.
Yeah, something like that. And,
And
you know, also having, you know, pushing to have, you know, town input on, you know, county IDA programs. So that we can have a voice, you know, for the taxpayers and the people in the town.
and volunteer fire departments was huge on everyone's
Yeah,
list.
that was-
It was
everyone was
really
bringing it
big. So yeah.
Yeah, that's all I've got.
Thanks, Ben.
Well,
Mike, welcome home.
I've been MIA for a little bit of time, so I don't have a lot tonight, but I would like to ask a quick question on that car charging station. We put that up there a long time ago. And is that one that takes hours to charge and all that stuff? Should there be an upgrade or something if we're gonna try to replace this and do all that before we put this old thing in place? I don't know, who knows those answers, but I think it should be a question.
Right, so I mean, they weren't, whether we were not hooked up correctly or what, you know, so. Mike, you might have a good point there, maybe someone should kind of look at them.
It might be
We just,
junk
Yeah.
at this stage of the game.
even probably before you go through the, I don't know, just saying. That's a good point.
I guess it's something to look into
Before we place them.
before we,
It's gonna be an expense to hook it up, and if it takes forever to charge a car on it, then it's, in my opinion, is it useless?
Right.
I guess it's something, we gotta look
I guess
into
we should
that.
look into that.
Just a thought.
Robin and Don, you guys have been communicating back and forth with Switch, right? I'm kind of copied
Still
on them.
trying to get the
Lot of-
ones at Crosby working.
Is there, you know, can we suggest or can we, you know, kind of discuss how, I mean, they're pretty old, aren't they?
20, was it 22?
Yeah, not that, I don't feel like it was that long ago.
But the technology on them things has just been changing like crazy. I can't even keep up.
Go ahead, Linda, what do you got on top
I'm
of?
sorry to jump in. I'm Linda from the library, right? And we have the same charging stations and they are used, and I've shared my data all over the place with anybody, and that offer still stands.
Yeah,
You can try to use whatever contacts I have and whatever information I have, and you're welcome to look at our portal, at our usage, and you have the same thing we do. So they're not junk. they
Who
get
hooked up
used.
yours compared to who hooked
Switch.
ours? Who hooked up ours?
Switch.
Sorry, I wasn't on the board. Oh, so, that's
You
interesting.
guys have the same thing. Yours never worked and they hooked you up wrong and they should be clearly, I mean, if they hooked you up in a place where the Wi-Fi didn't exist, they never should have left it that way, and I would think that there should be some remediation from them
Come
in
back.
terms of that, right? But I can give you what I have. Somebody reach out and make sure I do that and I will give you everything I got.
So is the yours a fast charging station or is it a,
No, it's the same as yours. It's not fast
I
charging.
don't know what ours is.
And also, with these stations, you can set the price, so when electricity kilowatt hour prices fluctuate, we increase ours so that taxpayer dollars aren't paying to charge somebody's car, like giving somebody free gas with, taxpayer dollar. Right, and also we have a surcharge, so if people stay over a certain amount of time that's excessive, they get billed like $20 for every hour after that, and I'll show you all of what I have.
Right, I'd like to know.
Okay,
Thanks, Linda.
thank you, Linda.
Yeah.
Just a question. The only other thing, I see the new police boat is in the water over there and
It looks good out there.
It's
I
pretty
know, I
sharp.
was kind of excited to be a part of getting it launched, but
Yeah,
the chief was very excited to get that
Very.
going, so.
very.
Yeah,
And now we have the other boat, which he thinks he's gonna start taking it around to other bodies of water. So that he
Yeah,
can
it's a
leave that
little
one
one.
in.
yeah.
That'll work.
Good.
Which is a little bit older, that was given to us quite a while ago. Still a good little boat.
Yeah.
That's all I got tonight, Tom. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Community Pride Day, thanks to everyone for putting that on. There's folks all around again. There were a couple bad days of poor weather, but kind of seems to be the norm. Department heads and employees, I mean, it's been a minute, but being further involved and working with them, I just can't say enough about the people we have working here. It really is a pleasure. And then everybody seems to be working together, and it's good stuff going on there. More into that infrastructure sewer update, right? So we did authorize to move forward on those 3 points. I brought it up to Senator Walczyk when I sat with him on Friday. It was a major point of our conversation about where we're at with funding. That community assistance team call I was on with EFC, community development block grant was a part of it, CBDG, and then Northern Borders Kyle Wilbur, who actually was a part of giving us that grant we currently have. We have to utilize 75% of that grant before we can even apply again.
Right.
And I think we're in a good spot. The plan is being worked on those 3 points, as I talked about, I think on Monday. The phase out mindset was suggested by these funders, EFC. And Corey Reed sat in on that with us and heard that. So seems like Mike's been bringing this up for years. And it seems like that's kind of where we're at right now, is focusing on those 3 hazardous points are being planned out, and we should be in the ground this time next year, and we should be out to bid after we get the plan from BCA by the end of this year. So right now it's kind of a waiting game for that stuff as we continue to look how to match those funds. We got to come up with $485K, but we're feeling pretty good about that. We do qualify for quite a bit of funding on that. The difference is there's this difference between qualifying and being awarded. There's a lot of other communities that have a lot more issues, have a lot more, are higher up on the, I guess, lower on the totem pole.
So another deal that they at Lobby Day was a SWAP program. So it's a CHIP program for sewer and water. So maybe we should put a letter together in favor of that.
Yeah.
And I'll sign it and send it out to our representatives to get them to get it, because we're not the only town,
No.
Small town that's having issues. There's a lot of small towns we're having.
Like I said, we qualify, but
Yeah.
we're not. We're there, but that does brings 0% loans, from EFC, and, you know, we are gonna get a in, and Corey, our consultant, will continue to work towards this whole thing in general.
It's good to hear that, I mean, like I have been kind of alluding to that, let's just, if anything, let's get
something
one thing
done.
done out of this
One thing
project, and
at a
it's just
time.
been, no, we can't, but we're getting there.
It was nice to hear them confirm phase out, and then they even spoke to in-kind labor too, like, can you guys, do you guys have the ability to do some of this on your own? And there's some more funding that we would be eligible for because of that. So we just gotta look at all avenues, especially when we, you know, if we move into June and talk about the CFA, the Consolidated Funds application from a townwide perspective, lakefront revitalization, sewer water infrastructure, road access, all that stuff. We can really start getting ourselves out there. The Adirondack Community Foundation, is, you know, there's a lot of connections with them. Adirondack Council, I've been talking with some amazing people from there. The DEC's been great to work with. So these smart growth grants that are out there, and then it seems, I know we've been here before, and it's nice to actually get something going. But I feel very optimistic about where we're headed with the sewer.
Yeah, it's been a lot of little things coming together.
I think so too. I want to thank John Callahan. He was here on Monday again for the dam project. He's the executive director with the Hudson River Black River Regulating District. Also, Ron Olmsted is Tioga Construction. They have that office over here. These guys have been great to communicate with. They come up at any moment to accommodate our requests. The beach, they did the best they could with it. Hannah's over here. The Department of Health was up Wednesday, right, or Friday, and
Yeah.
we're good there.
Yeah, they were very impressed with it.
Yeah. And then over by Pied Piper, they did as much as they could with those barricades to open up more spaces. Tioga Construction is even going to move the signs. Northern Forest Canoe Trail was here Friday. And the DEC sign, I talked to their region director today about where we're going to put their sign. They're going to come up and kind of pick the actual spot. But I just, they've been very easy to work with. And, you know, it is what it is. We got a couple of years of dealing with that project over there, but hopefully it'll be good for the next 100, right?
Right, has to get done.
And, you know, I think I got to bring up the 2014 Macaulay easement. We've been on this, Kevin and Chris. I know this is a thing that Mike is familiar with. Going back to Stevie U, all of us here, we are currently telling these companies that are working up to our tower that if they don't have their insurance, they haven't filled out our little form that goes along with providing insurance, and there's supposed to be a $5,000 fee per year for them to access these towers, Verizon, AT&T, National Grid, all that stuff.
They're all located up on the mountain. I see some people, they have to get up to repair them, and sometimes they come, I don't mean to overstep, but I see people
Oh, you're
during when it's busy, and they didn't tell them, and that's a safety issue for people on our mountain. So, and Tom's doing a good job checking it down.
Or they want to tear it up in the middle of ski season to
Yeah.
go up there. So
Yeah.
can't really do that.
And if you ever driven up the road to go up there, when they drive up there, it's quite steep.
Chris is here. Chris, do you have anything like, you know, what it mean? I mean, they're unannounced. The workers are coming unannounced. We don't have any insurance on them. You know, the chairlift. If we're, like we said, if we're busy up there, we the workers got to run the chair and.
Well,
And
that's
all
actually, so now we're not supposed to be putting them on the trail, so that we have to navigate the trail for them or point it out to them, and they have to be able to get themselves up to the top, basically. But yeah, the letting us know ahead of time is important, just so that we can at least have people sign in and sign back out. But I think the key points for us are to making sure that so you have the head companies, but they all hire out to the subcontractors and those subcontracts. So you're like steps and steps away from like, are you for AT&T? You know, when you've got all these different. So we need to update the list of people that are doing the actual work. And do the trail to make sure, number one, that they did pay the application fee or usage fee, I guess we would call it, and actually have done their, due diligence on the insurance and making sure that each party they send up is equally covered.
So
Just a lot of things that is kind of, we just need to hone it down.
there's a company that facilitates it all called Aerosmith, actually. I've got a
We like that name.
AIRO Smith, and I've got an email to them that we're actually using to send to anybody new who's coming up on the mountain at this point, with the attachments of what is a part of a literal ordinance from 2014 that was brought in. So now that we're not, and the contractors that we've spoken to that kind of gave us the contacts have been great. They're like, look, you should be holding us accountable for this. And now we're not letting them up. And now they actually are calling and reaching out. And I talked to somebody today from a power company, and I emailed them, and they were, so.
Hopefully they're nicer now than they were then. I can remember I sat with Mr. Fry. Mr. Fry was our town attorney back then, and we try to get these companies to pay so much because some of these towers are worth lots of money if it's on your property, and we're getting nothing. So we tried to throw a fee schedule together and all kinds of things, and they fought back real hard.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, we get less than nothing because it's up to us to maintain
Right.
the roads at the river park, right?
Yep.
So it's actually costing.
And I think there's even something in the contract said they're supposed to maintain the road, but how are they gonna do that,
Put it back as they found it.
Ordinance is right here, yep.
There's a lot involved with that, but I'm really excited that you guys brought that back up, really, because
Yeah.
that was huge. Still is huge.
That's me. Yeah. To go off of that, them cameras on Macaulay Mountain, we had our John Clark was up there because the cameras were up there. The thought is that Starlink could support them, and those cameras they weren't able to broadcast, work, whatever, stream through Starlink. So the thought is that we would have to get more data up there. I'm on this thing where we've used multiple IT companies, multiple services in general. Where do we, when in specific to cameras, they're different for some of our buildings that we're at, phones, internet. Some of it we have to use, but right now those cameras are down, and
They've been down.
I'm looking at some other alternatives.
Did he look into commercial Starlink to operate them?
That's what I think.
So we,
Yes, I did bring that
I just wanna
up
say
to
that we've had issues with the Starlink this past month. I can't say for sure that is why those cameras are not working. John Clark would have to speak to that, but my update is that they are not working. So he's got more work to do to get them to where they have to be. And to answer you, sorry, Ben, yes, we do have the different rate packages going forward and a plan to see what we might need to do for raising what we've got.
Yeah, because we might need to upgrade to the commercial for that. On that.
So we are looking at potential options
Yeah.
at this moment.
Excuse me, Tommy?
Yes, sir.
I use Starlink. I mean, what is the issue with Starlink? It's not gonna be,
It doesn't have very good upload speeds.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It has very good download speeds, doesn't have the upload speeds that.
the application between the residential and commercial is no different. But the upload's not too bad with the commercial.
So
It's
again,
just a different package.
not 100%
Yeah.
saying that's the
We're-
issue, but that
we're-
could be part of the problem.
The update is we're actively working on addressing those cameras. Okay, we'll keep figuring out ways to go about it.
Keep you notified.
I mean, I think
I'm not even gonna comment. on that one.
it's a tough one. I mean, I was yeah.
I could.
So well, go ahead, Mike.
When you're having these camera problems, we tried to leave it alone and let best things that are working, leave them alone, but that couldn't be that easy. And then I totally remember saying, guess what, winter's coming and we're probably not gonna have cameras, and then winter came and went. And now we're going into summer and we don't have the camera, so it's just kind of funny that those things happen, I guess.
It's not that funny.
It's
I
not that funny.
I would,
No, it's not, but I'm
You
just
mean
saying
funny in a
that,
bad way. We know what you mean.
yeah,
I'd
that's,
be willing to.
I think it'd be worth looking into the commercial Starlink for the bandwidth. I just know from a customer and his camera package, which he's got high-end cameras, he had to have the commercial one. I think I might have mentioned that.
Well, you know, I'm not a technical kind of guy, but I have this little Blink camera that I don't have great internet, and I can watch that thing all day long, wherever I am.
You know, I would like to look into the legalities again of returning them to where they were before.
Let's look into it.
If I may do that.
Let's do it.
to
Let's
where-
look
to
into
where
it.
The previous cameras we had up there that were working, that we had no problem with, that we had a local, you know, person staying on top of. If I could, you know, I think that's what I'd like to do at the moment, because we've been dealing with it in this office, and I know the mountain's been dealing with it quite often, and it's just pretty frustrating. So if you know, I've already talked to the chief about this. It seems to have gotten to be something that kind of just rolled out of got out of hand previously, and if I may, I want to look into that to maybe return the cameras to where they were. If you guys are.
Yeah, let's look into it and look at the legalities and have a little discussion
And we'll
go
also
forward for
explore
the best of
commercial
what's
Starlink at the
best
same
at
time.
this point.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think some of the legalities and whatnot were looked into, so
I know.
we're,
But
we're
let's
Yeah.
see
Get
where
some
we
stuff on
stand.
paper, okay?
Yep. In agreement.
And yeah, PBA negotiations are ongoing. Off to a good start. Had a meeting. And we're going to. We got the public here. We went over it last meeting. Some people weren't here, but I'll keep it to 2 to 3 minutes. Try and stay specific to the stuff that we're talking to this evening, if you could. And I'm gonna need your name, and then let's not get into back and forth with the audience, and same with us up here going back and forth with the public.
Right.
So, Jamie,
okay.
you want to go first?
Sure.
Right. Go ahead.
First off, it's clam bake time again.
Yay.
Yay!
Okay.
Thanks for the invite.
Town board member,
Yeah, thank you for the invite.
you are all invited, yes. Town and state law, conservation officers, Woodgate, Otter Lake, Inlet, Racket Lake, and all the town of Webb fire departments. May 30th, that's on a Saturday, from 12 until 6 at the North Street Pavilion. And please stop over.
All right.
We got our tanker back. It is functional, but it is still not right.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
This has been a nightmare.
It is.
They got the tank now, so the tank isn't sliding around, but when you go around the corner, it still clunks. So, and when they took the box off the back to repair the tank, they scratched it. So it's gonna have to go down and be repainted, and we still gotta find out why it's clunking. There's just not right. The only good thing I will say about it is another department took our specs, built exactly the same truck, and they got
Great.
exactly the same problem.
Oh, really?
Imagine that. Okay. All right.
Again, that's funny, but it's not funny.
It's not funny. They're not in $500,000.
No.
It's not funny, but we're working on it. We're gonna try and doing our best to get it fixed. Our ladder truck is out of service. We've not passed inspection.
Oh.
I was worried about that. It has some issues. They may need to, we may be able to repair them. The expense of the repair may be more than what the truck is worth. We will find out Thursday at the commissioners' meeting. There is some broken bolts on the cradle that holds the ladder. It's not the ladder itself structurally, it's when it's setting on the top, on the truck in the down position, there's a cradle that it sets in, and that cradle has got some rot and some broken bolts, and we'll find out what it's gonna take to get it fixed.
Great.
But right now, we can't put the ladder up. We can use it as a pumper, but we cannot put the ladder up. We're working on that. Leo is recovering slowly, but getting there. We had a structure fire the other night. Was handled very well. Good response from both Old Forge and Eagle Bay. Put it out rather quickly. And they had a rescue today of a local gentleman, one of our members. Hopefully he's gonna be okay. Yeah, I really can't tell you much about that. And that's all I got.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Thanks, Jamie.
Thanks, Jamie.
Anyone else? Linda, what you got?
I'm Linda Wheel, I'm from the Old Forge Library tonight, I'm also a citizen, but actually I just wanna talk about what Judy was talking about with Sharp and how great they are. A really great intro without feeling like you have to join Sharp, but to see what they have going. Happens this Thursday. The library, Living 80K, Life at RCIL, Mohawk Valley Health Systems. A bunch of us join them monthly for bagels and blood pressure.
Oh, that's a great place for everybody to go and see, yeah.
Yeah, check it out. Sharp is there, playing Rummy Cube, gambling, doing all the fun things they do.
They make me play pitch.
And lots of snacks provided by, and a lot of agencies you may be interested in talking to. There are a lot of services that a lot of people who live here don't know about, and everyone is welcome, and there's plenty of food.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks, Linda.
Anybody else? Oh, boy. Oh, boy, it's down right here.
I'm Don Simons.
Hey, Don.
I was here in March and brought up a question I had about short-term residential rentals outside of the village district. And I'm wondering if anything's been discussed within the village board about this and how we can enact a similar zoning that you've done within the village district to the areas outside to kind of protect some of our homes that might be eligible for year-round people to live in. And it goes with part of what we're gonna do with our building committee, but this is kind of outside of it because it's really a zoning issue. And I'm wondering what your thoughts are on that. Thank you.
Thanks.
You guys, so the question is,
You know,
the 10% cap, if
Right.
we want to extend it town-wide, or if there's been discussions and moving it to town-wide.
I think we've had a few discussions, but I think we
Yeah.
have to definitely have more. And thank you for bringing it up again, because we do have to have more.
So I'm not sure it would be 10%, but there should be some number, I think, to ensure what we're trying to accomplish.
Correct.
It, for my own, it's definitely on my mind. You know, as a board, it's something that we'd all have to
On my mind
discuss
too.
and straighten out, zoning codes, maybe more samples of what's happening in other communities alike.
Thank you, Don, for bringing that back to us.
Thanks for being on the housing committee too, Don.
You're welcome.
Dave?
Does anyone know if DOT has any plans to at least repair our roads and not completely, I know probably repaving from Thandera all the way through, but does anybody know if DOT even has it on a list?
2029.
Yeah.
So I made a couple connections with DOT. Casey has put me in touch with some gentlemen out there. They talk, what Ben's speaking to is our shelf project, which would follow the sewer upgrade pretty nicely.
Yeah,
2030, 2031.
yeah, right.
But that is from Alder Creek to Eagle Bay.
Okay.
There has been talk about, there's a specific spot, I see Bob here, where they said they would get to the spot outside Diorio's where that drain is a major issue for people pulling in there, sometimes pulling out.
Spots in Thandera.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
oh, down by Birds.
they,
I think there's spots everywhere.
well, there are. And, you know,
Everywhere.
And I understand you don't wanna, repave the entire route, knowing that the sewer project is coming someday, but they ought to come up here and take care of the spots themselves. I mean, the patches are just.
They're soft, the term's soft patch, right, Dave?
What's that?
The soft patch that he put down that just comes right back
Well,
out, sorry.
that-
I dislike it.
that-
I dislike it.
Those two spots in Thandera are just
Goes all
something
over
they've
the
just done
place.
over and over. and
Does not
look like
stand
a kid could do it. It's not done right.
Mm-hmm.
They could saw cut out those and do them right, and be just like patching up parking lot. But who talks to DOT? Who pushes them?
yeah, I mean, I've spoken to them about the specific spot over there at Diorio's. They said, we'll try and get that done before Memorial Day weekend. And I said, okay. And then I said, how about before July 4th? So, because I beat them to it. But they have been, again, they're where do you sit in the line? Where do you stand? And how much, what's our window of being able to do these jobs?
That's, politicians higher up, like, Don Hale,
Mhm.
somebody else, to put pressure on DOT to come up and actually, let's identify the bad spot. I mean, those ones in Thundera, people are driving around, somebody have a head-on collision because they avoid, everybody avoids.
I do.
Are you?
I go around them too.
Are you staying specific to 28, right?
Yes, oh, absolutely, just 22.
So,
And, you know, that's the welcome to our town, right?
I know.
You know, and that just is not right.
I'm gonna check in on the other project, so I'll mention it, and Don, I've got a few things to talk with him about when it comes to, you know, his work down there with the county, so I'll add that to the list.
No, it's good. 2030 is a long way, or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I just was.
Oh, God, yeah.
I was just mentioning that was,
We'll be to bat down the dirt. Remember when they had to grind it all down so it made it smoother?
yeah,
They usually have their list, it's up to them, they're supposed to inspect
2010.
and say, okay, well, we're gonna do this because we know it's not right. Well,
thanks, Dave, I will, I'll check in again. It's been a few weeks since I spoke to him last about the spot over. Bruce?
Yes, about the sewer system, there's nothing mentioned here, and yet every year I hear how bad it is and dangers and all that. So what's the status on the sewer system?
We're waiting on a plan to be designed to get, you know, it should be done by the end of this year, the actual plan, so that we can set up to get into the ground this time next year for three spots that we've got on the table to be able to fund. And as far as the condition of it, our DPW and employees alike are just doing an amazing job of fixing spots as we go along here. So that's probably why we don't really, that may be why you're not seeing any major issues, because they really do stay on top of it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bruce. Steve?
Steve Hoffel.
Yes, sir.
Question about the water bill going to credit card. Who is going to absorb the credit card fee? The town?
The
or
customer. The customer is.
The customers? Okay, good. Thank you.
Anybody else?
I have one quick one.
Chris?
So I was just hoping, because we're getting into, before we get to June, if you all had had a chance to discuss possibly lowering, or offering our graduates a discounted price to have their graduation parties at the mountain. I resent the email that I sent last time, and I made it a little bit shorter with some high points. So basically what Kevin and I would like to be able to offer is a discounted rate instead of $600 for 4 hours. If they are a graduate looking for a place to have their graduation party, that we reduce that rate to $100, keeping insurance intact and keeping the deposits intact. Don't know if anybody would like to do that, but I think that if I was able to let the folks know that, you know, the price is not $600, we might get a call in. So I was just hoping maybe you had a chance to talk about it.
You guys have anything on that?
Well, we have a little bit of discussion on it. The email that I think I got back to you was, can you wait till Tuesday?
Here we are.
I guess I have to be honest, Chris, right at this point, personally, would I love to give all the kids a discount and all the things happening, but at this point, just like what happened with our last contract, I think it's not the time to do it this year. That's my opinion. Can it happen someday? Yes, but I just don't think this is the time to approach it, because I think the documentation and everything has to be solid across the board for how we do it.
I guess I don't understand that, what you mean by that.
Well, I gotta be consistent.
The
got things
consistency
in
of these
place
leases, and that's what we're working on and
Yeah.
talked about in the meeting
Yeah.
today, is the consistency with these leases and possibly redoing the lease for the chalet at the mountain to reflect something going forward for our residents for graduation.
And so I sent also the lease, but also the lease doesn't have like the rates in it. We do have just a fee schedule that we have attached to it, which really was just I think a discussion that two board members and Kevin had to get those rates to where they are now. So it wasn't a lot to change the rates. And I'm not asking for the contract to be amended. I'm just thinking that we could offer, so that contract or that fee schedule that we have, for example, if you're a non-for-profit, you can rent for $100, right? And we did that last year, we've done that in the past, so this is just, it isn't quite an amendment to the whole lease, I was just wondering if we could just add a tagline to the fee schedule to give a break to our.
And so something we learned looking at these leases and worked with our attorney on some of the leases we've done. I believe it was, I don't have my notes in front of me, so I'm just gonna shoot this out here, but I believe in my brain's telling me 2022, New York State let go in leases with municipalities to have a different rate for nonprofit. So that lease really has to be updated because it should be, we can do something for residents. We can do it that way, but we can't do nonprofit versus profit anymore. We can't do that since I believe it was 2022. And, right, these are all really wonky, hard conversations for us, trust me.
So-
It's hard.
So the last time we went over this, we changed the fees for the chalet rental. This was a couple of years ago. I don't remember when.
Last year.
Last year was that? I thought it was like 2 years. No, it was last year. So we changed the fees. We didn't really look at the whole contract itself, but moving forward, as we look at the proposal here for year-round concessions following this winter season, it's going to have to be addressed. The rental fee along with that actual lease for that. My thought is that would be a great time for us to address the inconsistencies again now in this fee schedule agreement with renting the chalet. And that might be a great spot to do this resident, non-resident rental for where we could even be specific to town of Webb graduates.
Webb graduates, yep,
Yeah.
we can. Yeah, I
But-
checked on that.
For right now, it's May 12th and I'd love to, make that available for these graduates this year. Is it too late in the game? Are they already mostly scheduled? Is it something that we take the time to just update all together at once? I don't know.
It'd be nice to be able to go into a new year saying that it's offered versus
Right.
just throwing it out there. There's a couple of things. I mean,
I think when we do it, we have to do it right, unfortunately. That's where I stand on that, yep.
We'll add it to the list of things we are
Working on.
currently updating, and we will keep that thought in mind, I think, at this time.
to be honest, Chris, it's wonderful that what the motivation that you guys have up there is obviously throwing us a curveball on a few things. You're wanting to go, and love it. It's wonderful, excellent. It's what we want as an employee. But throwing things at us that we just can't say yes or no to in a snap like that, unfortunately, the way I feel. It's great motivation, really. Energy.
Anybody else? Steve? Well, let this gentleman go here first. He hasn't gone yet.
Hello, my name's Eric Jones. I submitted to Ms. Don a proposal to purchase some property that the town of Webb owns. It's adjoining property. It was just a starting point. It's to consider it. I brought it up in 2024 as well. I know the concern is Mr. Gaffney has a concern about the sewer being located near the property at the end of Gilbert, which if you look at how the lines go and where the road goes, they put all this snow there. That's great, obviously, and I had contingencies written in there specifically for sewer, specifically for any necessity for getting on that property. I just wanted consideration. It doesn't have to be decide now, anything like that. I introduced myself to a few of you. I haven't gotten a chance, but I just want to throw it out there and just have a starting point, get it on the record, and go forward from there. Eric Jones.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Eric, thank you. Yep, appreciate it.
Steve?
Yeah, well, got Chris here, and I had asked months ago about up at McCully Mountain, why they aren't selling any kind of merchandise, hats, t-shirts. I've witnessed numerous people in there asking to purchase stuff, and they have nothing. And Ben said that they were working on it, and we have Chris here, so I was just wondering if we have any updates on what's going on.
So I have something I could say to that if you want.
Yeah. Talked about it.
Well, we kind of thought we were hoping to have that problem solved with the concession and possibly the bike shop, which I think would have been the route for selling t-shirts and memorabilia. But neither of those are panning out, seems like this year, so I probably will jump back into asking if I can do that again.
So, you got the board's attention.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, we're
Yeah.
on board with her on that, so we
Yeah.
just gotta get there, yeah.
But we gotta figure out, cause we can't make a profit, so you gotta come up with a designated
Why can't you make a profit?
We're a municipality.
You make money off the chairlift,
We make
Those
money.
money
operations,
off the
but
snow trails.
it's operations and, yeah, there's a different category, so you gotta specifically label it for what you want.
Where
to
that
just-
money's gonna go. It's not that we
Yeah,
can't do
spend
it, we just gotta figure out the
And
legalities.
then another thing would be, since you don't
It's all
have a
legalities.
concession stand up there this year, people all the time are up there asking, hey, where can I get something to drink? Why aren't these guys like having a cooler full of ice with some bottled water and selling bottled water? You know, you're trying to make money at the mountain.
We're talking, we
It's-
had what was it, Chris, 2.5 hour meeting, 3 hour meeting today? We're working on it. We're working.
Should
Yeah.
be making money, but just to make the experience a little better.
Right, exactly.
Well,
Because
but-
I've been having-
But the mountain runs in the red, so anything more you can bring in to put it in the black, you should be doing.
Yeah, we're doing it.
We're
Thanks,
doing
Steve.
it.
It's
Hopefully
you.
not gonna be in the red.
We're working hard on it, trust me.
okay.
Yes.
Food trucks? I mean, I'm
The-
sure
the-
it must have been discussed.
I will talk about food trucks just a little bit. Food trucks, and Chris can attest to this, food trucks don't necessarily want to come to Old Forge. Imagine that, when people say they don't want to do that, like travel, like whatever. So they don't want to come, and then when they do come, and this is based solely on my experience with the CAA and food trucks that we have, they want you to pay upfront a minimum in case they don't make their minimum. So we have a food truck come and now it storms and no one goes and rides, we write a check for $1,000 for nothing. So it's a great idea, we've talked about it numerous times, but
They're wanting you to take the risk.
they want you to take the risk and they get the end result,
So
so.
last year when we talked about it, though, we didn't go there, we did have it out there, like if anybody was interested in doing, so respectfully, Judy, I get that,
Yeah.
that is one route that we could take, we
Right.
could go back to where we were last year, where it was just like, fill out the application, and these are the dates that we're allowing it, so.
Right.
I wouldn't say that we always have to do that, right?
No.
I remember we had discussion about whether we were going to let them there either for free, if we were going to, you know, but we just
Right.
never got to the point where we actually did the invite and posted that we would be open to applications on that point, so,
That was last year?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once again, I'll say, with these guys coming up with these wonderful ideas, I don't
takes a
think
little
any
time
of
to
us
implement.
disagree with them.
At all.
But it takes time to get to that point of being able to make sure that it's gonna work in a positive manner. I don't know how else to really say it.
We'll continue to work on it. And if we have anything else, I'm gonna make a motion here. Good.
Go for it.
A motion to enter executive session for the purpose of discussing matters relating to the proposed acquisition and disposition of real property, including the potential acceptance of donated property from an estate and requesting concerns, possible sale of town-owned land where public discussion could affect the value thereof pursuant to New York State Public Officers Law, Section 105. Would anyone like to make a motion to go into
Can
executive
we
session?
add to an executive session? I'd like to add to that, if you don't mind, talk about PBA negotiations very, very briefly and on a contract situation.
Sure.
I can-
Thank you.
Parties that will have involved in
And if
that.
Hannah could stay for a quick moment on that quick contract situation.
Okay.
I think legally I can do that.
Yes, you can.
Yes. I'll make the motion.
Ben, second.
I'll second it since Mike brought something else to the board.
Judy, all in favor? Thank you, Chris.
Aye.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Al, we're not in
Shouldn't have said-
executive session anymore, but we do have one thing we need to,
No action was taken.
no action was taken, but we have to, well, kinda. Right?
No,
Not really
you don't take action in executive session.
No action was taken, yeah, no action was
Discussion
taken,
only.
obviously, so, with that Park Ave gym license lease agreement, there's some legal parameters in there that involve nonprofit versus for-profit, and how it's illegal to charge that way. That's the main part of it. But along with the rec center that we've updated, we've got to just hold off on renting the Park Ave gym
Until we get this lease
that-
under control.
that lease updated with a legal wording.
Wording, correct. And hopefully that'll be happening in June.
So
That's it.
my guess is to take action on that, I think you have to have a motion to,
Let's do it. I'd
Right,
like to make a
right.
motion.
I'll make a motion.
To hold off on renting Park Ave gym until the document is
Motion
updated.
by Tom,
Yeah, I'll make a motion. Judy second it. How's that?
Sure, sounds good.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And then, motion to pay the audit of claims.
I'll make the motion.
Ben?
I'll second it.
Mike? Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Whoop, all in favor?
all right, motion to adjourn.
Motion to
I'll make
adjourn.
the motion.
Second.
Whew.
Anybody second on the adjourn?
Oh,
Ben?
second.
All in favor?
Anyone still awake?
Opposed?
Opposed.
Fired up.